This is the Dallas Morning News. It's Tuesday, October 14th. An abundance of sunshine again today with a high of 91. Clear skies tonight with a low of 66. Here are today's headlines. Artificial intelligence-powered cameras on Dallas sanitation trucks may hit the streets next year. The City Council approved more than $850,000 to install cameras on the trucks in partnership with the Code Compliance Department. The cameras will capture thousands of images and locations of code violations like illegal dumping, high weeds, and graffiti. Cities across the country are increasingly utilizing AI for similar services, despite residents' concerns about surveillance and data storage, leading to pushback. But experts say the technology can be an efficient tool for cities if it's used responsibly, and those in charge communicate with residents on how it works. Christopher Christian, Dallas's Code Compliance Director, said his team learned about the technology in 2023, and the following year the department rolled out a pilot program. Currently, most code violations are reported by residents. By automating the detection of violations, the cameras will free up code officers to focus on education, outreach, and more complex cases rather than spending time driving around or responding to every 311 call. In other news, while federal workers across the country have been furloughed or required to work without pay as a government shutdown approaches its third week, members of Congress are entitled to continue collecting their salaries. Their paychecks are not dependent on annual appropriations, and members of Congress are barred from altering their pay for a current session. They are allowed only to change the salaries of future Congresses. Senators and representatives can submit a letter requesting their pay be withheld for the shutdown's duration. Most Texas Republicans in the U.S. House say they've asked for their pay to be held during this shutdown. Among Texas Democrats, U.S. Representatives Henry Cuellar of Laredo, Veronica Escobar of El Paso, and Al Green of Houston have said their pay will be withheld. Legislation has been proposed to prohibit lawmakers from being paid during a shutdown, but those proposals have not gone anywhere. Next up, is Dak Prescott's Cowboys career destined to go the same wasted way as Tony Romo's? You may have heard that Prescott just passed Romo in games played, or that their win-loss records are staggeringly similar. 78 wins, 49 losses for Tony, 78 wins, 49 losses, 1 tie for Dak. Romo has the edge in passing yards and touchdowns, but he threw more interceptions, so their passer ratings after the 127-game mark are almost identical. And you already know about their playoff runs. They didn't have any. Dak is 2-5 in the playoffs, and Tony is 2-4, which is another way of saying that this week's opponent, Jaden Daniels of the Washington Commanders, caught both in postseason wins his rookie season. Cowboys fans still like to argue Dak versus Tony, but honestly, it doesn't matter because, as 21st century Cowboys, they have been cursed with the same fate. And you can read more in today's edition of the Dallas Morning News. And if you drive north on Hillcrest Road between McCallum Boulevard and Frankford Road, you will see Jurassic Park come to life with 5 life-size dinosaurs in an enclosed area behind the North Central Dallas Police Department. The site prompted one Dallas Morning News reader to ask Curious Texas, "What's the story of the house with dinosaurs outside and in the yard? Did the homeowners need to go through any kind of city approval to be able to place those outside?" Well, what has become a friendly community attraction in Dallas began in 2022 with a parent's love for their curious son. The couple had 8 dinosaurs custom-made in China. The pack in Dallas includes 3 raptors, a triceratops, and of course, a T-Rex. And you can read more about this small Jurassic world in today's edition of the Dallas Morning News. And if you have a question about the culture, people, and institutions of North Texas, submit your query to Curious Texas. No question is too big or too small. And I have put a link to Ask Curious Texas in the show notes. Thanks for listening. For more on today's stories and the latest breaking news, visit dallasnews.com. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more from the Dallas Morning News.